So it is 21st of December, officially the start of winter. I'm officially starting my snowboard season today, and this video is all about almost 40-year-old, almost beginner, enjoying the snow in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's 30 years since the Winter Olympics happened in Sarajevo, and we want to celebrate that. So come along for the ride. I hope you enjoy it.
So at the end of 2013, I was thinking, you know what, it's going to be snowboard season soon again, and here I am in Bosnia and Herzegovina. This is where I've learned to snowboard, and I want to make a movie to commemorate like me learning to snowboard and 30 years since the Winter Olympics happened in Sarajevo.
It's my first descent up the top of the nearest mountain with snow on it. First time, all lovely. This is really only the start of my second season properly snowboarding. It honestly is one of the best things I've ever done. I grew up as a massive keen mountain biker, loved that for years, and I have to say, this is better.
Right here, this is a ski pass for one of the 6-seater ski lifts on Johorina, one of the Olympic mountains outside Sarajevo. I did not use this ski pass. The date on it, it says there, it's the 10th of the 1st, 2012, and we were out learning to snowboard that day.
Trying snowboarding, so we're going to see if the battery will keep going on the camera. If I can keep talking and attempt a little run. This is genuinely me snowboarding. I'm doing pretty well, I say so myself. I'm about to stop and fall over. Stop without falling over, it gets even better. Look at that.
And gone to a winter camp, and someone had given us the opportunity, and it'd been 15 years I'd wanted to try snowboarding, never had the chance, and suddenly got it.
So yeah, this was it. First time out, probably put the board on about here where I'm standing now. Stood up, really didn't understand the instructions. Pointed it downhill like this. Ended up cruising down this bit towards the bottom of the ski lift, and was super chuffed when I did it without falling over.
And the guy who was leading the camp, he said to me, "Oh, do you want to come up on a lift and come up the top? You know, I think you've got the basics and everything." And the day before we'd been out, I'd gone over forwards, caught an edge and gone down forwards, really jarred my shoulder and almost to the point of dislocating it, and thought, you know what, I haven't got my head around this. And I said to him, no, I'm not going to come up today, I'm going to come back next year and do it from the top.
So yeah, this is all a new experience, but so far so good. We all got on without falling over, and that's a major triumph.
That's a good start.
The next year, had a friend come out, show us the ropes, actually give us some proper instructions, so we really knew what was going on. And a year on, 6th of January 2013, that is the first ski pass that I bought that I used.
It is unbelievable. It's biting into our face. It's just ridiculous. If you stand up on the ice and you snowboard, it just pushes you backwards. But we're going to get down this mountain.
I had a really strange thing when I was first bought my snowboard. It was about the second time I went out. Still trying to get to grips with some basics, you know, getting up, standing, doing some turns, and I remember thinking, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing trying to like be into snowboarding? You don't even like going downhill. And that's my legacy from my mountain biking days. I always liked riding uphill, never really a big fan of going downhill, which is kind of strange, as the trend is definitely the other way. And so with snowboarding, there is a little mental game that goes on there for me now, kind of like commit to going down. Why is it that my dislike of going downhill, I really want to do this, but I don't want to do it.
So I'm sitting on Vlasic, right in the middle of Bosnia, and yeah, we phoned up this morning, so it's a ski centre open. It's a sort of, yes, but not really for anyone who actually wants to ski properly. It's rubbish, for words to that effect. And we came anyway. Hour and 3 quarters to get here because it's almost February and there's been like almost no snow all winter, which is really rubbish.
So living in a small town in Bosnia and Herzegovina, it's not like there's a ski shop that I can go to get my board sorted or anything like that. So I've had to turn to YouTube, the power of the internet, and learn all about tuning and maintenance and fixing up of boards.
Yeah, so the question we have to ask, it's all about weighing up bad down the snow where the piste is as much mud and rocks as it is snow. Is that better than not coming at all?
We really shouldn't have gone, but we were just desperate. The piste was like half mud, half rocks, and a little bit of snow. And slightly more snow, but it, you know, everyone came back with big hits in their boards and stuff, and so I'm the one that everyone's looking to kind of know what we do to fix that up.
My board is taking a beating so that we can be out here. Thank you.
And kind of that makes it all feel a little bit more authentic. Like, I know that I've got mates who've been to resorts and snowboarding far more than me, but I kind of have a sneaking suspicion that they couldn't wax their board or tune their edges and know what to do. So that kind of makes me feel like I know what I'm doing, even though I am definitely a newbie to this whole game. So if I had to talk about my snowboard influences, who is it from the world of snowboarding who's really inspired me? If I'm honest, the first on the list should probably be Travis Rice, because I bought The Art of Flight, a movie that they made, and it just blew me away. I think partly it had M83 on the soundtrack, it has M83 on the soundtrack. I love that band, seen them live and just love that music. So that was like, when that goes with the opening credits, immediately like I'm sold. And the cinematography is beautiful and the mountains are beautiful, but the riding's insane. In The Art of Flight, Jeremy Jones is in there, and I think like since watching that, I started watching a few videos I saw of him on YouTube, and through him, Xavier Delaroux, I hope I pronounced that correctly, and just some of the stuff, again, like they did a trip together to Antarctica. There's videos you can find of them doing stuff there, just nuts, and again, all this kind of like really pushing the boundaries, kind of backcountry riding, really inspirational stuff. Nicholas Muller, the Nike Never Not video came out, and his part in that, and just a whole section of backcountry riding, and his style is just so cool. And you watch him do a really sort of tweaked out method, and it's just like, that's like, if there's one trick, that would be the trick to be able to do. However, as Nicholas would say, if there is no trick, the only trick is strapping in. And I think that's another reason why I like his philosophy, his approach. Yeah, I get that, and it kind of encourages me, like pretty much that's all I can do at the moment is just strap in and get out there. But hey, that's a trick in itself, and it's a great one to be able to pull.
Is a bad day on the snow better than a day off lying on the sofa? I think it is, though today is a really bad day and it's a close call.
Like, I love watching competition riding, more so slopestyle than halfpipe. You watch stuff like that and you think, wow, it would be amazing to do that. But actually, like, to me, when I watch someone's backcountry part in a video where it's them and a few mates just out in the middle of nowhere, that's the thing I go flip, that I would like to do that. I've had a few people ask me, how does snowboarding compare, like in Bosnia, to other places? And the honest answer I have to say to me is, I don't know. I've never snowboarded anywhere else. Yes, it's small. Yes, obviously we've proved this year it doesn't always snow. It's not a predictable place to come. When it does snow, you've got great little resorts, often that are not crowded.
There is absolutely no one out here with me. Look behind. As you can see, a completely empty ski slope to myself. The snow is not the best quality I ever snowboarded on, but who cares? It's brilliant.
For me, it is about being out in the mountains. when we snowboard up at the local resort above the town here is it's not a resort, it's a small cafe restaurant place at the bottom of a ski slope. You go up a drag lift and you're just up on the side of the mountain in the middle of nowhere, looking out across valleys and other mountains, and that kind of sense of getting away from everything and the silence, just the sound of your board on the snow. So here we are, stuck in a winter without snow in Bosnia-Herzegovina. I had all these plans to make a great snowboard movie. I had kind of rehearsed shots in my head, places I knew we would go, the kind of things I wanted to capture. And who knows, we're at the beginning of February and who knows if it's going to happen. But I'm recording this today because today is a really big day for snowboarding. Today is the day that Britain has finally won an Olympic medal on snow. And well done to Jenny Jones. What more can you say?
It's snowed, and I'm back at Johorna where it all started for me, which is just behind me now. Gonna have a day snowboarding. It's gonna be good. Today would be really good if there wasn't this fog. It's unfortunate. Visibility at the top is limited to say the least, meaning you can't really, well, you like, I don't know this mountain well enough to know where I'm going, and it's like riding blind, so yeah, tricky. However, the snow conditions are reasonable, and so the hope is that, you know, in an hour maybe or two, if the fog lifts a little bit, it would actually be quite nice to be out here. As it is, it's still nice, it's great to be up on the mountain, it's great to see snow. It's great to feel the rush of snow under your board. Just nice to know where you're going. So this is a definite into the grey kind of moment. We're just heading off into the unknown. Oh, lifting a little bit, which is nice. And yeah,
I guess the thing I had in mind was to say to people it's never too late, and if you're watching this and you're someone who was like me, you kind of got on a little bit and you'd all thought, yeah, I'd love to give that a go, but you never did, then do it, give it a go before it is too late. And I kind of feel like now I have learnt enough.
Here I am, riding down this hill. Speak to you soon.
And I've got enough to work with, and I'm going to be able to get out on a mountain and enjoy myself and do what I wanted to do when I was in my 20s, and for whatever reason never got around to doing it. If you've never been up on a snowy mountain as the sun's coming down and everything goes golden, you can only look on the internet to find photos of what that looks like, but you don't know what that feels like. But that sort of stuff's brilliant. I know for me, when I'm out like that, just the sense of thankfulness I have for the opportunity to do that is huge, and just that sense of, wow, this is good, just, you know, being alive, being here, being on this mountain. I like that.